Welcome to another production of ParkTV 16 Sports on location. Tonight we are proud to be bringing you Metro West baseball varsity style, featuring the home St. Louis Park Orioles taking on Robbinsdale Armstrong. And right off the bat, as we broadcast here from Derek Keller Field, I'm Robert Christensen. Glad you're with us. And this promises to be a very competitive game, and that's because both Armstrong and St. Louis Park are atop the Metro West Division. Robbinsdale Armstrong coming in with a 5-1 record, and St. Louis Park coming in with just a 5-2 record, so very evenly matched, at least record-wise. Last night we were at Benilde St. Margaret's, and St. Louis Park beat them 7-1, so they're right back at it the next night here to take on Robbinsdale Armstrong. And it is a beautiful early evening here in late April in St. Louis Park. Nice sunshine, very little wind where we are, and our starting lineups are as follows. In the outfield and leading off for St. Louis Park, Aaron Ellingson, the junior. He'll be followed by Jack Wanmacher, the second baseman. He's a sophomore. Batting third is number 9, Sam Hunt. He's also a sophomore. He'll be playing first base. Followed in the cleanup position, Luke Boyum, number 21, and he was the starting and winning pitcher last night against Benilde, but tonight he will be playing third base and batting fourth, followed by the right fielder, the senior Erin Sledge. And he would be followed by Drew Boyum, the sophomore, playing in left field, Alex Riley, number 15, the junior, at DH. The number 8 hitter is Anthony Odens, a senior as well, and he will be playing shortstop. And last in the order is John Mayer, number 22, a senior, and he will be behind the plate, and he will be catching that guy right there. That's Matt Leidenberg. He's a senior, he's a lefty, and I'm not sure what his record is, but just looking at that last warm-up pitch, he has some smoke on that fastball. And we're about ready to begin here, and leading off for the Armstrong baseball team is number 19, Bjorn Jensen, left fielder. Leading off for Robbinsdale Armstrong, Jensen to face Leidenberg, and we're underway here from Derek Keller Field. And the first pitch by Leidenberg is high. Not even close, really. There is some wind as I look out in center field, the American flag out there, so there is some wind out there, but where we are right at home plate, it is still. All right, second pitch on the way, and Jensen offered a bunt there, but pulled back, but it was called a strike, so the count is 1-1 to Jensen. Top of the first. They play 7 innings in varsity baseball in Minnesota, and here is the third pitch from Leidenberg, and that pitch looked good. That's a strike call. So now Jensen in a hole here at 1-2. First batter of the game, he'll be followed by Tyler Schell and Bo Yaman. Pitching away, and he gets him swinging with the high fastball. Nice start there for Matt Leidenberg, the senior, getting his first strikeout of the evening. Now stepping into the batter's box, the right-hander, Tyler Schell. He's the DH. Number 3 steps in against Leidenberg, and he'll go from the windup. And he hit through a curveball and got Schell there to chase it, and that is strike 1. So 0-1 the count to Tyler Schell. Schell is a junior, 5'11", 170 pounds. Looking at his second pitch, and that's another curveball right in there. So Leidenberg in command here, looking for the second out of the game, and his second strikeout as he has Schell at 0-2. And that pitch is high. Schell laid off that, so that's the first ball, count 1-2. Looking in the outfield, Orioles playing it fairly straight away. In the outfield, same with the infield. So here is the 1-2 delivery from Leidenberg, and that ball's in the dirt. 2-2's the count. So Shell working his way back into this at-bat here, evens the count. Should get a good pitch here. Pitch on away, and that's low, and he does lay off, and they go to first base. Did he? Nope, they did not go around. So now the count is full. Nice job by Shell getting Leidenberg to waste a lot of pitches. Had him down 0-2, fought his way back to 3-2, and here comes the payoff pitch with 1 out, nobody on. And he gets him to swing with the fastball right at the letters. Records his second strikeout of the night, so excellent start here for the left-hander, Leidenberg of St. Louis Park. Now stepping into the batter's box is the third hitter, number 17, the right fielder, Bo Yeoman. And the senior takes high, ball 1. So this is the first time Leidenberg has started off with a ball. Yeoman is a 6'3", 155-pound senior, and he looks at ball 2. 2-1. Boy, I'm looking up. That sun is kind of coming right down. I wonder if it gets in the batter's eyes. I doubt that it does. It might still be too high in the sky, but we'll keep an eye on that to see if that does affect any vision. And now it's 0-3, so Leidenberg having difficulty finding the strike zone here with the third batter. We'll see, usually a hitter at 3-0 will be taking all the way. Make him throw a strike here. And he does throw a strike, and Yeoman was taking all the way, so now it's 3-1. 2 outs, nobody on. Customarily a hitter's pitch here at 3-1. Leidenberg doesn't want to give up the walk this early. And the pitch swung on, fouled straight back. Good pitch by Leidenberg. Kind of got it up and inside. Sounded like, felt like it just kind of went off the handle there. Nice angle from our center field camera here, and swung on and missed. Strike 3, Leidenberg strikes out the side. And at the end of a half inning, our score is 0-0, no hits, no errors. And coming up to bat are the St. Louis Park Orioles. And the first 3 hitters are Aaron Ellingson, number 16, the center fielder, will be leading off. He's a junior, followed by Jack Wanmacher, the second baseman. Number 2, he's a sophomore, and then number 3 is Sam Hunt. He's batting third in the order. His number is 9, and he's a sophomore, and he's also playing first base. Pitching for the Armstrong baseball team is Colin Spellman, right-hander. Spellman is 5'10", 155 pounds, and he's a senior. Don't have too many stats on him this early in the year, but he has a tough act to follow after what Leidenberg did and accomplished, especially that last hitter. He was down 3 balls, no strikes, and to come back and strike him out, that is a huge confidence booster for these Orioles, coming off a really good performance last night at Benilde. There's some promise in this Orioles team to go deep in the tournament when we get to that stage, I believe. We'll see how they fare tonight. This is going to be possibly their toughest test of the year so far, with Armstrong at 5-1. So we watch Colin Spellman take a few more warm-up pitches here. Seems like they're giving him an extended period of time. Armstrong looking like the Cubs colors out there pretty much, and now they'll throw it down to second base, and we'll be getting underway here at the bottom of the first, and walking to the batter's box, number 16, Aaron Ellingson. Ellingson, a right-hander. Last minute conference between the third baseman for Armstrong, Nate Pertula, will pep talk with his colleague and co-player, Colin Spillman. His first pitch to Ellingson on a way. And that is called strike. Boy, just at the knees. It could have been called low. So he gives him that first strike. 0-1 the count to Ellingson. And that ball is very high. During warm-ups, I noticed a few of those seem to sail on Spillman. We'll have to keep an eye if that's going to continue. 1-1 the count. And that ball is inside, almost hit him. 2-1 now the count. So Spillman appearing a little bit wild here early on. We'll see if he can settle down. Pitch on a way, and that is also inside and also a bit high. And now it's 3-1 to Ellingson. Be interesting to see if he's going to be taken all the way, or is he going to look for a good pitch. Oh, and that is ball inside. Now they appeal to first base to see if he went around, and that's waved off. So looked like a good pitch. I don't have the best angle for where I'm standing, but there's the first base runner of the night for either team. Aaron Ellingson reaches on a 4-ball walk. And now stepping into bat is Jack Wanmacher, the second baseman. Had a great night last night in the field and at the plate. Lefty to righty. Ellingson takes a lead off first. We'll see if he goes, and offering to bunt is Wanmacher, and they call a strike. He did go around, and now we're going to have a meeting as the catcher, Alex Huberle, goes out to speak to Spillman. Not sure what that's about. Kind of early to be having pitcher conferences already. But maybe they just had a signal mix-up or something like that. That can happen early in a game. Making sure they're on the same page with what sign means what pitch. All right, now here's the 0-1 delivery. And swung on and missed. Good pitch there by Spillman. Count is even. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Swung on, fouled back. Wanmacher, nice job protecting the plate at 0-2, and that's exactly what he was doing. Just fending it off until he can get a pitch that he can really stroke hard here. Nice job at the plate, protecting it. That's exactly what you got to do when you're got 2 strikes on you. Spillman checking out Ellingson with a throw to first base. I think he was just testing out that throw. That's his first time going over to first. Usually you just want to get the feel of it a little bit. Pitch on away, and Ellingson stealing, and the throw is going to be there, and oh, they call him safe. The ball got there before him, but I'm not sure if it was a little short of the bag, and there was a delay in the call there. I thought he was going to call him out, but let's see here. Ellingson going hard, slides head first. Does he get the hand in there? Oh, the ball came loose. Good call. Excellent call. Ball came out. That was a close play, though. But now Ellingson is on second. And we just had a pitch, and it's 2-2 now to Wanmacher as he's getting back into this. At bat, nobody out here. Bottom of the first, he swings, but the ball gets away, and they got to throw him out at first, and Wanmacher's going to reach. On a third strike, the catcher has to catch it, and if they don't, they got to throw him out at first. So it's going to be recorded as a strikeout. And I don't know if they call that an error or not. I guess they probably should. But also on the play, Ellingson advanced to third. So now stepping into bat is Sam Hunt, the sophomore first baseman, left-handed hitter. He's got a runner on third base in scoring position, and Wanmacher on first. Nobody out, and a chance for the Orioles to get up early here on Armstrong. Keep an eye on Wanmacher. We'll see if he steals second. Pitch on away, swung on and fouled back and to the left just a tad. Strike one to Hunt. Outfield right fielder is playing kind of close to the line and fairly deep. Hunt has some power. He's their number 3 hitter. And there goes Wanmacher, and he swings, and they're going to call it a strike. He went around, but Wanmacher did take second base, just as I thought they might try to do. So now Hunt has 2 ducks on the pond at second and third, but he's got 2 strikes, no balls, so he must be protecting the plate here. Looks like they're going to go outside with this pitch. Swung on, and oh, if he had caught it, that would have been a strike 3. Hunt just getting a piece of it by just a little bit there, and the catcher couldn't hold on, or that would have been a strikeout for Spellman. Otherwise, the count remains 0-2. Base hit would likely score 2 runs here. Big gap there in right center field. Surprised they're playing him straight away in center, to be honest. Swung on, and he did not go around. A lot of check swings last night in the Benilde St. Louis Park game, I noticed. They said he didn't go around, and they just appealed to the infield umpire, and he waved no swing. So now it is 1-2. Number 3 hitter Sam Hunt. Pitch on away, outside. Now it's 2-2. They do have an empty base on first, so if they want to face Boyum, the number 4 hitter, he's got some power. I don't know, pick your poison. And there's a curveball, and he caught the corner, and Hunt did not even shrug at that. He knew it was a good pitch, and that was a good pitch. So that records the first out, and now stepping in, number 21 for St. Louis Park, Sam Hunt. Or excuse me, that's not Sam Hunt, that's Luke Boyum. My fault. He's a senior. And that first pitch gets away, and Ellingson is going to score on the pass ball, and that is an error. We'll see if they call that a wild pitch. We may not get the official announcement, but it's going to be an error. So, and that's going to be a run across for the Orioles. So they draw first blood. They're up 1-0. And Wanmacher also took third from second. So now with 1 out, Boyum, a fly ball, will score him on a sacrifice. No reason why the Orioles shouldn't go up 2-0 here in the bottom of the first. And that pitch swung on and missed. And he went after that high one right at his eyes. Looked very tempting. When it's right at your eye level, it can be very tempting. Your brain is saying no, but your heart is like, I want to hit it because I can see it so well. But that's real hard to hit those pitches that high. And now he comes back low. He calls another strike. So Colin Spellman moving that ball around in a masterful way. Going up high and then coming in with the strike on the corner. Beautiful. Now the 1-2 count to Luke Boyum. And the curveball, and he waits for it, and he swings. It's going to be trouble in short left field, and it's caught by the shortstop. Nice play coming over by James Larsen, and it wasn't deep enough for Wanmacher to tag on that. So now Armstrong has 2 outs, and stepping into bat, the number 5 hitter for St. Louis Park, the senior, number 25, Erin Sledge. A lefty going against a righty. Got a chance to get the Orioles up 2 here. They hate to leave a runner on third here. Pitch on away, strike call. Colin Spellman seems to have been settling down here now after a little bit of a rough start. Spellman very deliberate, and that ball's in the dirt, and the catcher, Alex Haberle, nice job keeping that in front of him, or they would have given up another run on a pass ball. I see they haven't put an error up there on the scoreboard, so I don't know if they're just not paying attention. That swung on, hit well to center field, but it looks like the center fielder hasn't measured well, and he comes right in, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. So after 1, we have 1-0 Orioles, and we'll go to the top of the second. Your score is 1-0. Expected up for for the Armstrong baseball team would be Nate Pertula, the third baseman, as we look at the players for Armstrong. He'll be followed by the second baseman, Logan Ellens, and batting third will be Alex Haberly, the catcher. And coming back out to pitch, Matt Leidenberg, who started off the beginning of this game in the top of the first with 3 strikeouts. Looks pretty loose out there, smiling, having a good time with his warm-up pitches. Orioles should be feeling very good. They had a very impressive win last night at Benilde. Not an easy place to play and win, especially considering their long-standing rivalry. So it's Friday night, and it really is a beautiful night to be out playing baseball. No question about it. Spring is in the air. Although I think winter is supposed to return here tomorrow, but hopefully that'll be the end of it. But for now, we're in the moment. We're at Derek Keller Field, watching baseball in Minnesota. All right, they threw it down to second base. They'll throw it around the horn, and we're about to begin. Top of the second, and stepping into bat is number 1, Nate Pertula, the third baseman. Trying to get something going here for Robbinsdale Armstrong. First pitch, just missed on the outside corner. 1 ball, no strikes to Pertula. Pitch on away, that one's high. So 2-0 the count. Haberly is a 5'7", 165-pound senior, looking at a 2-0 count here. Number 4 hitter. That pitch on away, swung on, and he finds a hole between short and third base to left field. So base hit for Nate Pertula. And that'll bring up Logan Ehlens, the second baseman. If you look at the replay there, nice crisply hit ball right between in the hole there between short and third. Nothing the infield could do on that. Well hit ball. So this is the first time Leidenberg will be pitching from the stretch with a runner on. So we'll see how he can handle this situation. One thing about left-handers is they have a better chance at picking off the runners at first, just because they're looking that way. Much easier to see if you can get that runner leaning. Ehlens turns to square to bunt, and there's the first offering over to first base by Leidenberg. Just getting the feel of it, you know, off the rubber, off that mound. Even though he's played on that mound, I'm sure, many times, you just want to get that feel. And that pitch is on the way, and it's 2-0. So both batters here in the top of the second. He starts out with 2-0 counts, and the last time that ended up in a base hit. Number 5 hitter, Logan Ehlens, looking for a good pitch to hit right here at 2-0. And that ball is inside, but they call that a strike. Good pitch right at the knees. Must have caught the corner. Nice center field view from our camera crew. Love that angle. You can see it just like in the pros. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Nice pitch. It was outside, but in the strike zone on the far end of the plate. That's a tough pitch right at the letters. Got to almost go with it out to right field. So now it's back to 2-2 here. So Leidenberg getting back into the count, but a 2-2 pitch means Ellen should still look at another good one here. And base runner stealing. That was a hit and run play. Ehlens protecting his runner on that. Count remains 2-2. Pertula was going on the pitch, but he'll go back to first on the foul ball. Wind dying down there, out there, at least in left center. Looking Looking at the American flag, and here comes Leidenberg. And that pitch, oh, he swung at it. It was a curveball, and they're running. Dead ball strike is the call from the umpire. He's going to order Pertula back to first.
Next up to bat, number 2, Alex Haberly.
So he's out. Not exactly sure why. Maybe it hit him outside of the batter's box. Sometimes if you interfere with the ball, but he swung on. Maybe got tagged. I'd have to look at the replay there. Nevertheless, that's the first out recorded in the top of the second inning, and that's a big out for the Orioles after giving up a base runner on the first at-bat. So we got a runner on first in Pertula, and stepping in to bat is number 2, the catcher, Alex Haberly. Right-handed hitter, Haberly. And Pertula stealing, and here comes the throw. It's going to be behind him and late. So Pertula with a stolen base to answer Ellingson's, who stole a base for the Orioles in the first inning. And this is the first time the Armstrong team has a runner in scoring position here, trying to even it up in the top of the second inning. Pitch on away, strike call at the knees. And on the corner, great pitch. That's a tough pitch to hit. Now 2 strikes quickly on Haberly. He'll be protecting the plate. Love to try to advance the runner. Squeeze one home here to tie it up. And that pitch is in the dirt, curveball, and Pertula on the mishandled pitch takes the opportunity to go to third base, and so now we have a runner really in scoring position with just 1 out. That means a fly ball will score him in most situations. But Haberly still has 2 strikes on him, so this is going to be a really interesting pitch here from Leidenberg. And that pitch is very high over his head. Catcher had to really stretch to get that one. Otherwise, it would have been to the backstop and a runner would have scored, much like the way the Orioles scored in the first. Here's the 2-2 count. Pitch. Ball's right at the letters. He struck him out. They're going to call that high strike. And you got to be protecting the plate. So Haberly strikes out looking, and that is the 4th strikeout for Leidenberg through 1 2/3 innings so far. And stepping into bat is James Larsen, the shortstop, number 7. Trying to get that run across with 2 outs. And that first pitch from Leidenberg is a strike, and that is making a statement here. He's starting to get his confidence back here. Close out the second inning. That ball's in the dirt, and Larsen lays off of it. Here's the delivery from Leidenberg. 1-1 the count. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Now Leidenberg in command of this at-bat, trying to close it out and prevent the runner from third from scoring. This would be very disappointing if you're an Armstrong fan if they cannot get this run across. He was over there with 0 outs or 1 out, and that ball swung on, and it's going to be foul, but he got a hold of it. So fighting back is number 7, James Larsen. Not going away easily here. Leidenberg from the windup because of the runner on third, and you don't have to go from the stretch. Nothing to really hold on there. And that ball's hit right to the shortstop, handled cleanly, throw over to first, and he gets the 3rd out, prevents the run. Nice job by Leidenberg getting out of the jam. And after 2 innings of play, or after 1.5 innings of play, your score is 1-0 with the Orioles coming up to bat in the bottom of the second. Nice job there by Leidenberg getting out of that. That was very, very good. We look at some of the fans here enjoying the nice evening with the dog. really beautiful to be out here. You know, people are still in some winter clothing, but I think it's going to drop by the time this game is over. So they've seen the forecast, and it's going to be 30 and slush around here tomorrow, they're saying. So it's good to get your outdoor time in tonight on Friday and watch baseball from Dakota Park. Out taking his warm-up pitches, that's Colin Spellman. Gave up 1 run the last time the Orioles were up. This game here at Dakota Park is the first of 7 home games in a row for St. Louis Park, and they have a fun team to watch. Encourage you to come down or watch them on ParkTV16.org or on YouTube. You can find all the broadcasts of all the sports as we watch the throw to second base. We're about to begin the bottom of the second. And stepping in is Drew Boyum, number 7. He's the left fielder. First pitch called a ball, must have been low. So 0-1 the count to Drew Boyum. He's a sophomore. And oh, that went off his helmet, I believe. Maybe not, it must have, I don't know what that hit. Called it a ball, I guess. I thought that hit the bill of his batting helmet there. It hit something. Guess not, and that's swung on, and that's a roller in the hole. Can the shortstop have a big arm and get it? And he does. That is magnificent, folks. You're never gonna see a better play than that by the shortstop. James Larsen showing some great skill there at shortstop. Watch him go to his right, scoop that cleanly, and you gotta get rid of it as fast as possible. That's where players make the mistake, is they take too long to get it out of their hand. That was really fun to watch as he records the first out in the bottom of the second. And Spellman delivers to number 15, Alex Riley, the number 7 hitter, and the DH, the junior, takes strike 1. Nobody on. Second pitch is a ball outside. So 1-1 to the junior. There he is, Alex Riley, number 15. Trying to get it going here with 1 out in the bottom of the second, and that ball is called a strike on the outside corner. So both Spellman and Leidenberg putting on good pitching performances here early on, and Spellman now has 2 strikes, 1 ball on Boyum, and Boyum swings, and that's gonna be trouble. It might fall right in the hole. The left fielder comes up and makes the catch. That was outstanding. Another great defensive play in the outfield by Armstrong Baseball. Number 19, that's Bjorn Jensen out there in left field, going at a full out sprint, folks, and look at this catch. This is a top 10 highlight if I ever saw one. Look at that. Holds on. Nice job. That ground isn't very soft yet. 2 great defensive plays there that easily could have been hits for St. Louis Park, but instead it's 2 outs, nobody on, and now a 1-0 count to number 7. No, who is that up there? That's number 10, of course, Anthony Odens, the senior shortstop. Trying to get it going here for St. Louis Park with 2 outs. And he swings, and that is strike 2. So, boy, Colin Spellman, the pitcher for Armstrong, really in a groove right now here in the bottom of the second. Going for another strikeout. Curveball hanging in there nicely, Anthony Odens. Good piece of hitting by Odens just to get a piece of that with 2 strikes to keep the at-bat alive. Nice job. Still 1-2, and he is in a hole. That pitch is on a way and strikes him out with the swing and a miss. And that retires the side. So after 2, your score is still 1-0, and Armstrong will be coming up in the 3rd. And expected up for them is the bottom third of the order. I think that means it will be Adam Blevin, followed by Jordan Page, and then the top of the order with Bjorn Jensen, who made that outstanding play in left field. Nice look at the diamond here at Derek Keller Field in Dakota Park, not Dakota County, Dakota Park. Home of the Orioles. They have a beautiful scoreboard out there. It's Dakota Park at Dakota Field. I've just been reminded by Paul Broden, our producer. Thank you, Paul. Nice crowd on hand in both sets of stands. Both these communities are big baseball towns, that's for sure. Armstrong, Robbinsdale Armstrong, and St. Louis Park, as Leidenberg is waiting for the catcher to come on out. Number 22. Just took his place behind the plate to take a warm-up pitch. That's John Meyer, of course, the senior, and we're gonna get it going here pretty soon, I think. They extend a lot of time for the warm-up pitches, I've noticed this year. It seems a little bit longer than in the past. I'm not sure how they guide that, whether it's a time thing or is it just a judgment thing. But we're ready to go here in the top of the third. Our score is 1-0, and stepping into bat is number 24, Adam Blevin, to lead it off. That first pitch is a strike. I like this home plate umpire. You can hear his calls very clearly. So 0-1 to Blevins. Excuse me, his name is Adam Bewin, not Blevins. That's not an L, that's an I. So excuse me, Adam. He looks at 1-1 count here, and that ball in the dirt hit before the plate and went back to the backstop. So that's a ball, of course. So 2-1 the count to Bewins. Bewin is 6'3", 170 pounds. So he might have some power here. Leidenberg were to make a mistake, and that ball's high right at the eyes, and he lays off that. Those are tempting, and now he's going to look at a 3-1 pitch. Leidenberg does not want to give up a walk to start the top of the third, that's for sure. Let's see what happens. And that ball's in the dirt, and that's exactly what he did. So reaching on a walk is Bewin. And that means walking to the plate is the center fielder, Jordan Page. Page is a junior, 5'7", 135 pounds. And he's going to square to bunt here, not making any bones about it, and he pulls back on a high pitch, and that's ball one. Not sure if Adam Bewin, who's on first, is a threat to steal. Keep an eye on him. They're holding him on, and now he squares for the bunt, pulls back, and that's a strike call. Oh, no, they called that a ball. Misunderstood the umpire. Bewin getting a good-sized lead there at first, but Leidenberg is content to let him stay. Must not believe he's much of a threat to steal. Must be the scouting report, but he does deliver ball 3 now, so 3-0 the count. And number 8, Jordan Page, looking for the sign. I bet he's taken all the way here, is my guess. Make him throw a strike, and he does get the strike call. Inside corner at the knees, so 3-1 now to Page. Looking down at the signed third base coach. And he's gonna square to bunt again. And he pulls back, strike 2 is the count. Leidenberg wasn't fooled at all. I don't think he believed he was gonna bunt. He certainly doesn't look like he was actually gonna bunt there. So now with 2 strikes, a foul tip here on a bunt attempt. He won't be showing to bunt here, but he does draw a second walk in a row. So Leidenberg gives up his second walk in a row. And now we're at the top of the order, 2 on, nobody out. And stepping in is Bjorn Jensen, who made that outstanding play in left field. And now we're going to have a conference at the mound as Meyer, the catcher, comes out to have a word with Leidenberg. And this is not a bad idea, as also the first baseman, Sam Hunt, comes over to get into the discussion. So, quick word. Meyer trots back, and we'll get going here. Still a bit of a breeze blowing from right to left out in center field. Not sure what effect that's going to have. Very deliberate at bat here. Bjorn Jensen taking his time, checking out the signs. Any number of things they could do here. Put a hit and run on, double steal. And he's going to square to bunt, and he does lay one down. Nice job, and he's going to go to first after checking out third. He makes a nice play. John Meyer, well done. And that was a great bunt there by Bjorn Jensen. He did his job. He moved the runners over. Meyer, though, showing great athletic ability, getting out from behind the plate in a hurry, picking that ball up cleanly, even having the time and the audacity to even check the guy at third, risking not getting the guy at first, but he played that absolutely perfectly. So now to bat is Tyler Shell, I should say. He's the DH as he takes ball one. And he is looking at runners at second and third with one out, and a base hit will get him 2 RBIs and the lead for his team right here as he faces Leidenberg. And that ball is just a bit high. So again, Leidenberg now, suddenly after recording 4 strikeouts, is now walked 2. And he's down 2-0 in this count. That ball's in the dirt, and nice job by Meyer. Saved a run. And now it's 3-0. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if he were to walk Shell, because that would load the bases up, which sounds bad, but it would also force up double play. You can have a force at any base. So it wouldn't force it a run just yet. And that ball's high, and he does put him on. And now Bo Yeoman, who struck out at his first time up, the right fielder, but the number 3 hitter. And now we're going to have a conference at the mound as one of the assistant coaches, or the coach for the Orioles, comes out to have a talk. And they're going to go through any number of scenarios here, folks. And actually, they're bringing in a relief pitcher as Leidenberg is done. Is that what I'm seeing? No. Somebody ran off the field that looked like Leidenberg, but I'm not sure. Yes, it is. It's a pitching change, folks. Boy, quick trigger there. And now they're bringing in a left-hander. And so he'll start warming up. I think it's number 7. Oh, it's number 0. Let's see if we can figure out who that is. Chris Hokinson, just a freshman now, getting the nod here, and he's coming into a really tough situation. They must think a lot about his ability here, even as a freshman. Number 1, he's on the varsity team, and number 2, they're bringing him in to pitch with bases loaded, 1 out. Talk about being thrown into the fire, folks. This should be fun to watch. If you're just joining us, stick around. See if the Orioles can do some magic and get themselves out of this inning unscathed. You know, 1 double play ball is all it would take. And they could get out of the inning, so it's very possible. And they are now putting that fate in the hands of a relief pitcher by the name of Chris Hokinson. And he will be facing, just to add more to the drama, the number 3 hitter, the right fielder, Bo Yeoman. Usually the number 3 hitter is the best hitter on the team. And now he'll step in. And we'll watch the drama unfold right here. A chance for Armstrong get command of this game right here. And that pitch is swung on and missed. And boy, I can see why the freshman is in there. Hokanson, that's a nice, fast, hard pitch. Scuffs the rubber. He looks very comfortable out there, folks. He doesn't seem intimidated in the least, and he is quickly up 1 strike to Yeoman. Pitch on a Ways curveball. Gets away just a little bit from the catcher, but oh, they called that a ball. I thought that could have been a strike. Might have been just a little low. So he's throwing a fastball and a curveball, and here he comes from the stretch. That ball, strike. Boy, he's got some zip on that ball. 2 strikes, looking for the strikeout right here. Swings, and he just stays alive. Foul tip. And they called him out. I guess he missed it, and the pitch got away. I guess that's what that was. Unless he stepped on the plate. Not sure why he's out. Let's see the replay here. I'm going to look closely. Let's see. Oh, he missed it. And you can't run to first because the bases are loaded, so he was out. That's why. Okay. All right, so it's 1 ball, no strikes, and boy, what a nice job by Hokanson coming in to strike out the number 3 hitter. Scored the 2nd out. They left a runner stranded on 3rd. Armstrong did in the last inning, and now they might leave 3 here if they're not careful. Now it's 1-1's the count. Chris Hokanson coming in here. Pitch on a way, curveball, and it's shot to the shortstop. He fumbles it, and he has no play. That was surprising. I thought that was going to get him out of the inning. And I think they're going to call an error there. They should. I thought a quick throw to second base. The ball got there fast enough, although this infield is slow, and he bobbled it. If he would have got it and gotten rid of it, sort of was nonchalant a little bit, so that's going to cost him. And now the delivery to the number 5 hitter who steps in for Armstrong, and the game is tied now. Ogun Elens, the second baseman. And he takes a fastball, that's outside, so 2-0 the count. See how the young freshman, Chris Hokanson, handles a little bit of adversity. I'll bet he thought he was out of the inning after giving up a routine ground ball to shortstop, and now he's got to kind of overcome that disappointment and settle down here, and he did on that pitch. I like watching Chris Hokanson pitch. He's good. Two balls, 1 strike now to the second baseman and the number 5 hitter, Logan Elens. Bases still loaded. Strike call, now the count is even. It was 2-0, and now it's 2-2. Showing great character there, that young man. Chris Hokanson now with the 2-2 delivery with 2 outs, bases loaded. Pitch on the way, and that ball's gonna be through. And to right field, base hit, and it's gonna score 2, but there's gonna be a throw at the plate, and here it comes, and he's safe. Just a little late on the relay. And so coming up big time is Logan Elens, and there's a big fan base here for Robbinsdale Armstrong, and you can hear him for the first time. And now it is 3-1 suddenly. Boy, those errors can really cost you in baseball. Last night, Benilde had 4 errors, and it really leaves you with just no chance. And here, errors have led to runs for both teams. Pass balls and then the bumble there at short. So we'll have to see how St. Louis Park can recover, but they got to get out of this inning now. And then this curve ball in there for a strike by Chris Hokanson. He came into a really tough set of circumstances there. Bases loaded, 1 out. Facing the number 3 hitter, we got to strike out, but then the base hit after the walk, and that ball is going to be just out of play, but recording the out is Sam Hunt for out number 3, but not after the Robbinsdale Armstrong does their damage with 3 runs. And our score is 3-1 after 2.5, and coming up for the Orioles, well, I'm not sure who's going to be coming up here. We'll have to see here when they come. We don't have a statistician. I try to do the best I can, but it's hard to talk and write things down always at the same time, so we'll just see who it is. And coming out to pitch the third, however, is Robbinsdale Armstrong's starting pitcher, Colin Spellman. He's a senior, 5'10", 155 pounds, and he got off to a little bit of a rocky start, but he's really settled down the last couple innings, and he really seems to have good command of his pitches. Can really locate him high, outside, inside. And Leidenberg started out masterful. I don't wonder if he got hurt or something, strained something. Recorded 4 strikeouts, but maybe that's sort of what he's good for, getting him off the first couple innings, and maybe that's why they went to the bullpen so fast. That's just, that's what he can do, and he did get him off to a great start before he left the bases loaded. All right, that concludes Spellman's warm-up pitches here, and now walking to the plate is the catcher and the number 9 hitter, John Meyer, number 22, the senior, steps in. So they'll be looking to get back on track here and get back a couple of those runs here. That's the best thing they can do, is strike right back. Pitch on away, swung on, fouled off to the right side, so strike 1 on Meyer. He'll be followed by the number 1 hitter, Erin Ellingson, who scored the first run for the Orioles and their only run, and Jack Wanmacher, the second baseman. So Meyer, Ellingson, and Wanmacher to face Spellman here in the bottom of the third. Pitch is inside, so count even at 1-1 here. Here's the delivery curveball over the head. Spellman kind of lost control of that right out of his release point there. That can happen. And the 2-1 delivery swung on and missed, and he brought the heat. And you wonder if that prior pitch didn't set up that pitch. I think it was behind him and over his head, and then he goes hard and throws a strike on the outside corner. That's what I mean by masterful, that kind of stuff. And now that's swung on and it's fouled off to the left, out of play. So count remains 2-2 to Meyer, who's number 22. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled off to the right side. Count 2-2 still. Outfield, right fielder's playing kind of shading towards the right line there, and probably not a bad idea since he's been hitting him foul over there, but this time he hits it foul. So he either fouls him short into the left or high and to the right side. So that's why the right fielder's kind of shading towards the line there. Center fielder's playing pretty much straight away, and the left fielder is. So there's some big gaps in right center and left center here if Meyer can get a hold of one. And he swings, and that goes off to the right side again. So having a hard time catching up there with Spellman's fastball. Got to get a little quicker, maybe choke up on that bat just a little bit just to get around. He's just not getting around on it fast enough. Here's the delivery, curveball, just missed. I think the ump was thinking about it, but now the count is 3-2. So Meyer working a full count, getting Spellman to throw a lot of pitches, trying to tire him out. The 3-2 payoff pitch. Swung on, and that's going to be a pop-up in short right field. The second baseman coming out and makes the play easily. Nice job. Logan Elens, who had the 2 RBI hit in the last inning, gets back, and there's Meyer. It looks like he may have hurt himself. I don't know, on the swing or the run. Looked like he might have been a little bit of discomfort over there. Keep an eye on him to see if he'll come out and catch. Those catchers, they get beat up, I tell you what. All right, now stepping in is the top of the order is Erin Ellingson, the junior. Strikes, and now that one's headed towards the gap. Are they going to get over and catch it? No, the ball is caught, and they call him out, and that's the second consecutive diving catch by the Robbinsdale Armstrong outfielders. Here's that replay. The sun is sort of, look at that, another beautiful catch. Wow. Great catch there. Bo Yeoman coming over And he was shading towards the line, and he had to go a long way to get that. I thought that was going to drop in as a bloop hit, but nope. So the Armstrong defense really paying off, and Spellman handcuffs Wanmacher as he steps in with 2 outs, nobody on. And Spellman's really starting to settle in here. There he is. Spellman with the 0-1 delivery, curveball outside. Took a lot off that pitch. Seemed like it took a year to get to the plate. Watch him come back here with something hard and inside. 1-1 count delivery. Ooh, just missed. Oh. The throwback got hung up somewhere. Spellman unfazed, taking his time. Clearly an experienced pitcher out there, as I'm starting to see. 2-1 delivery though to Wanmacher, the second baseman, and that ball is also outside. So now 3-1 to Wanmacher. Chance to get on here with 2 outs. Swung on, fouled back. So now the count is full. And he fouls that one off, so Spellman using up a lot of pitches here on the 3rd out. That beautiful view, you can see the trees aren't quite yet budding yet. Probably a couple weeks out here. And that ball's hit well, and that is gonna be down. They're not gonna catch that one, and it's gonna be a base hit with 2 outs for Jack Wanmacher. Nice job going right over the shortstop's head in the left field, left center field. Coming over to cut it off there was Bjorn Jensen. So Jack Wanmacher, the left-hander, what a great at-bat. Nice job. Beautiful looking swing there. And he launches that into left center field for a base hit, and that will now bring up the number 3 hitter, Sam Hunt. And we used to say, love to hurt him with 2, and they call that a strike. He tried to check his swing, Hunt did, but he didn't pull up in time. So 0-1 the count with 2 outs, runner on first. If he reaches, Luke Boyum is up next, the number 4 hitter. Ball is in the dirt, low. Count 1-1. Swung on and missed, fouled back and to the left, high out of play. Into the trees, that one is gone. So count 1-2.
It's true. In tennis, I would play net and then
Wanmacher, no threat to steal. And just as I say that, he does, but he swings and misses, so it's irrelevant. As Spellman strikes out Hunt, the number 3 hitter, to retire the side. And so after 3 complete, our score is 3-1 for Robbinsdale Armstrong, and they came in with a 5-1 record. And let's kind of look at who they played before. And I think they're kind of on a long winning streak here. No, actually the last game, the only loss they have was just last night on April 25th. They lost 5-4 to Irondale at Irondale, but prior to that, they beat Maple Grove to start off the season, 1-0. Then they beat Park Center 18-5 on the road. Then they played Spring Lake Park at home right here. No, that's at their home place, excuse me, 12-5. They beat Spring Lake Park. Then they beat Osseo 2-1. And then Totino Grace earlier this week on Tuesday, 4-0, before suffering their first loss. Meanwhile, St. Louis Park, they come in 5-2, having won 4 of their last 5. They started out the year beating Bloomington Jefferson 1-0. Then they lost to Richfield 3-1 before beating Kennedy 11-3 and Edina 9-8. Hopkins 8-6. Then lost to Chaska before beating Benilde St. Margaret's last night. And they are 5-2. So you have 2 of the best teams here in the Metro West squaring off. And now stepping into bat is number 7 for Robbinsdale Armstrong. James Larsen, the shortstop, to face Hokanson, the freshman, who was brought in as a relief pitcher in the middle of the last inning with bases loaded. Unfortunately, he had to give up 2 hits, but I don't think he's going to get those earned runs, as Leidenberg left it on there. And now Larsen is going to square to bunt. Boyum charging in from third base. He goes back. Had him fooled. He thought for sure he was going to lay down a bunt along the third base line, but it's now 2 balls, 0 strikes. And he squares the bunt again, and he does take a strike. I don't know why he's doing that, if it's to distract the hitter, or excuse me, distract the pitcher, I should say. Hokanson with the delivery, nice pitch right down the middle. Boyum cuts it off, and he turns and fires a strike. Wow, I am very impressed with Luke Boyum. He pitched a stellar of a game last night, and that is a pro-looking play. The way he handled that from third base, that's exactly what you want the third baseman to do, is cut off that ball. It's a really tough throw from the shortstop, especially with how slow this infield is. The grass is kind of thick, and that actually hurts the infielders because the ball doesn't get there fast enough and allows more time for the runner to make it to first. And that ball's hit at the first pitch right to Wanmacher, knocks it down in front of him, recovers and throws him out for the second out. So nice start here for the freshman on the mound for St. Louis Park. Hokanson. So Chris Hokanson with 2 quick outs here. Very efficient. Will face number 8 for Armstrong, Jordan Page, the center fielder. Number 9 hitter, stakes strike 1. Nice job by Chris Hokanson, really showing some command here. And it is going to be fun to watch him coming in, starting an inning fresh like that. It really wasn't fair for him to come in with bases loaded. But life isn't always fair, is it? So here comes Hokanson with 2 strikes and 2 outs, ready to mow down the side here. And wow, he delivered a beautiful pitch there. Fouled back barely by Page. Swung on, fouled back to the right. High out of play. New baseball in for number 0, Chris Hokanson. Still with an 0-2 count. And curveball fools him. It drops right in there. That was a piece of art there by Chris Hokanson. This young man is fun to watch on the mound, folks, as he gets the high fives and the leather from his teammates, and they'll come in the bottom of the 4th, down 3-1. But that is an inspiring pitching performance on the top of the 4th there, shutting down Robbinsdale Armstrong after they put up a crooked number in the top of the 3rd. They go down 1-2-3 in the 4th. And now the Orioles will come up to bat, trying to ride a little bit of momentum on that pitching performance by Chris Hokanson. And out on the mound, taking warm-up pitches, is Robbinsdale Armstrong's starter, Colin Spellman, and he has also been masterful. So we're seeing some good pitching performances all around. Even Leidenberg, the starter, who found trouble there in the 3rd, started off with 4 strikeouts, and he was impressive, the big, tall left-hander, but had to leave the game after loading the bases to make way for Chris Hokanson. Spellman, he's going to get 1 more warm-up pitch by the home plate umpire. And we'll be underway here. Slight breeze. Temps in the mid-50s. Dropping, and now stepping in, Luke Boyum, number 21, the senior third baseman. You get the feeling that this kid, if he gets a hold of one, he could put it out there to left field. A little bit of a wind out there, too. If he can get it up in the draft, it may aid it. But I don't think he's going to need it. He's seen Spellman now 2 times before. So he has a good idea what he's facing here, and he seems like a very intelligent player. Let's see what he can do with this at bat, and he does lay off that curveball. Very wise by Luke Boyum. 1 ball, no strikes. Number 4 hitter swings, and he gets a hold of it right at the shortstop, however. And nice play by James. Larsen throws out Boyum for out number 1. So Spellman off to a good start here in the bottom of the 4th. Up 3-1. And now stepping in is the senior right fielder, number 25, Erin Sledge. With 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 4th. Spellman's delivery. And he gets Sledge to offer on that strike 1. Nice pitch there, low and outside. It was kind of tailing away from Sledge. Might have a natural tail on that fastball. Those are very difficult to hit. And there's a curveball, but Sledge is right on it, but it goes right to the center fielder. Jordan Page didn't have to move 1 step. It was right at him. So bad luck for Sledge as he hit that right on the nose. It just was right down at the center fielder, who was perfectly positioned for that hit. So now 2 outs, and stepping in is number 7, Drew Boyum, the number 6 hitter with 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the 4th, and he takes ball 1 from Colin Spellman, who after giving up 1 run has been cruising along here, and he's about ready to zero him out here for 3 consecutive innings as he offers a high and inside pitch to Drew Boyum. Boyum, a sophomore, left fielder. Pitch on a way, strike call. I saw that as a strike even before the umpire called it. Nice pitch. Now 2-1 to Drew Boyum. And that ball swung on. It's like Boyum didn't keep his eye on the ball there. He's got to keep that head in there. Looked like he pulled it just a little bit, but that was a high, hard fastball by Spellman. Easier said than done, I grant you that. And now the curveball just misses. And now it's 3-2 with 2 outs, nobody on. So the payoff pitch coming to Drew Boyum. And he swings and misses, and Spellman with a little bit of a fist pump there strikes him out to end the 4th inning. So after 4 complete, it's 3-1 for the Robbinsdale Armstrong team on the road. They were down 1-0, but they put up 3 in the 3rd. And they will take their swipes at bat here, coming up in the top of the 5th, and coming back to the mound is the relief pitcher, the freshman, Chris Hokinson. See a young lad honing his baseball skills. As we see Hokinson, his warm-up pitches, looking around the diamond. Looks like all the original starters in the outfield resuming their positions. And leading off for Robbinsdale Armstrong, I apologize, is number 19, the top of the order, Bjorn Jensen, I should say, the left fielder. He struck out his first time up. Also recorded a spectacular catch earlier in left field, diving to rob a base hit from St. Louis Park. And that is a big part of this story here so far, is 2 or 3 stellar fielding plays by Robbinsdale Armstrong, one in right field and left field in particular, that could have gotten rallies going for the Orioles that a lot of fielders would not have caught up to. But they were able to, so now we're ready to go here in the top of the 5th. Chris Hokinson, the freshman, with his first delivery to Bjorn Jensen. And he squares to bunt. Boy, they're doing that a lot. Kind of drives me crazy. I'm not sure why they're doing that. I don't think he's actually going to bunt. All right, 1-0 delivery, and that ball is high and outside. So 2-0. The young lad, Chris Hokinson. So you got to worry about a young guy's arm. You don't want to burn it out, that's for sure. Especially a young guy like that with as much pitching talent. And, you can see strike there from center field at home. Nice angle there, showing balls and strikes. So now 2-1 the count. Nice job by Hokinson to settle down after offering 2 balls to lead off. And the curveball swung on and missed. A nice job there by Jensen hanging in there. That's an experienced player there, folks. That curveball didn't make him flinch. It was like he was waiting for it. And he tattoos it right out there to left field. And so now, after going down 1, 2, 3 in the 4th, They have a leadoff base hit to start the 5th in the top of the order. Now stepping in, Tyler Shell, the DH, number 3. Pitch on away, offering another bunt there. That must be the in thing to do around here in the Metro West. Saw a lot of that last night too at the Benilde game with St. Louis Park. Count, no balls, 1 strike. Nice job by Hokanson getting up on batter number 2 after allowing a base hit. Second offering to Shell is a ball, so 1-1. And temps are starting to drop. I'm noticing just a little bit as the sun starts to creep behind some high clouds and also lower on the horizon. And that ball is stung to right center field, and that's going to be down for a base hit, but Jensen will hold up at second. But the second consecutive base hit being given up there by Chris Hokanson. So not a good start for the Orioles here in the top of the 5th, already down 3-1, and now they're bringing up the number 3 power hitter. There's the replay. Nice form there by the young Hokanson, but that ball was hit well. Nothing Erin Sledge could do about that, but get it back into the infield as quickly as possible. So runners on first and second, nobody out, and stepping in, number 17, Bo Yeoman, the right fielder. He made that other great catch. Yeoman, 6'3" senior. He offers to bunt, ball gets away. There's gonna be an attempt to steal third, no throw though, and they also steal second. So both players advance on the misplay by the catcher. It's kind of a combination. I think the catcher's got to get that one though. They're not recording errors on the scoreboard out there, which is probably fine, but so not sure what the official scoring there would be. But now there's runners on second and third, nobody out, and the number 3 hitter takes strike 1. So the count now even to Bo Yeoman. But he's got a chance to give Robbinsdale Armstrong a commanding lead here as we approach the later innings. Curved ball low and inside, so now 2-1. You get the sense it feels like this is a critical stage, and the outcome of this game is right here. Can the Orioles get out of this jam? Pitch on away, ball hit well to left field, and it's going to get over his head. It's going to go all the way to the wall. That's going to score 2 easily as Yeoman rounds second with a stand-up double, and he has advanced the lead to 5 now on a base hit, no outs. Top of the 5th, 2-run. He hit that on a frozen rope, folks. Left fielder playing in a little too closely, but I don't think it would have mattered because he wouldn't play that deep. That ball was hit well by Yeoman. And now it's 5-1, nobody out, and a runner still in scoring position in Yeoman on second base. And stepping in is the cleanup hitter, Nate Pertula, and he tries to bunt. Number 1, the third baseman, Nate Pertula, number 4 hitter here, looking to add some more to their 5-1 lead. Armstrong looking very poised, very mature baseball team out there. Chris Hokanson hanging in there. He's a good pitcher, but they've been getting to him pretty good here. And that pitch is called a strike. Nice pitch by Hokanson. He is also showing great composure out there. Nothing seems to rattle him. Keeps his emotions under wraps. As a pitcher, you really want to do that. You don't want to show any weakness to the hitters to give them any more confidence than they already have. And the pitch on away, and Pertula swings, misses, and strikes out. So nice job there by Chris Hokanson, coming back after giving up a 2 RBI base hit double. Now we'll face number 9, Logan Elands, who also has a 2 RBI base hit, and that came in the 3rd, and now he'll step in with a chance to add to his RBI total tonight. He takes ball 1, 1 out, runner on second. And stolen third base attempt, and he's in there. Not even close. So Yeoman showing all kinds of athletic ability in the outfield, at the plate, and on the base paths. He's got 2 RBIs. He saved an out, which could have led to a run. Steals third base. Pitch on away, and that ball's hit to Sledge in the right field, and that's going to get down. Actually, it was hard to see from my angle, but it was just kind of a blooper there with a lot of spin rotation. But it's going to be a base hit as he fought off that pitch, a 1-1 pitch from Hokanson. And now the manager's coming out, and the whole infield's going to come in for a committee meeting as the score now is 6-1 on that base hit. As Yeoman scores easily from third. And that's going to be an RBI for that man, Logan Elins. Actually, it's going to be his third RBI of the night, so he's having a great night at the plate, and still only one out, runner on first. And as the Orioles talk about it, and now the ump's going to come out and break it up here. Stepping into bat is number 6, James Larsen, the left fielder. All right, the conference meeting is over at the mound. Hokanson remains in the game. And the lefty will now face the right-handed hitter as he tosses over to first. Logan Elins, he's on first. And he looks like he could steal a base. I think he's got some good wheels over there. And now the delivery by Hokanson swung on, fouled sharply to the right side against the backstop. So strike one. The count to the left fielder, James Larsen. Sun now comes peeking back through those clouds. Got a little brighter there. And now I'm wondering if that sun is in the eyes of the right-handed hitters. They might be looking hard enough to their left where it won't impact them, but I think it could. And the curveball swung on, fouled. Chopper off to the left side, out of play, or in play, but in foul territory. But the count now is 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Hokanson now with the advantage, and it's been a while since he's had an advantage in the count. Trying to get out of this inning without any more damage, hoping for a double play ball. And he offers to first base, not in time. There's that nice replay. You can see Elins getting back in plenty of time. Here's the delivery, high, hard fastball, and he strikes him out, strike 3. And he records out number 2, which will bring up the shortstop, James Larsen. Excuse me, that was Alex Haberly that was up last. Now it's James Larsen, so Haberly strikes out, the catcher, and now the shortstop, James Larsen, steps in with 2 outs, 1 on. Already 3 more runs across. If you're just joining us, Robbinsdale Armstrong scored 3 in the 3rd. They've got 3 here in the 5th. And after giving up 1 run to the Orioles in the bottom of the 1st, they have zeroed them out since. Curveball, nice pitch, and there's a stolen base attempt. The runner and the ball were there right about the same time, but unable to handle it. It was Wanmacher, the second baseman, coming over to cover the base. But that was a strike call as well, as James Larsen swung and missed at that nasty curveball by Chris Hokanson. So he'll be looking at a 1-1 offering, but a runner on second in scoring position. Robbinsdale Armstrong trying to squeeze 1 more across in this inning. Can never have enough runs, especially on the road. So now count 1 and 2. Chance for Hokanson to strike out for out number 3. Curveball gets away from him. He really tried to snap it that time, but it kind of got away from him as it once did there for Spellman in the prior inning. Strikeout for Hokanson. High fastball outside. Got James Larsen to chase it. But that concludes 4.5 innings, and the score now is 6-1 after Robbinsdale Armstrong gets 3 runs there in the top of the 5th. And so we'll go to the bottom of the 5th.
Chris Domine is a husband, father, and athlete because a kidney transplant gave him a second chance at life, made possible by an organ donor. Imagine what you could make possible. Learn more and sign up as a donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
All right, so Spellman will come out and pitch the bottom of the fifth. He's gone from the beginning through now, so he started and he's still cruising along here. No reason to take him out. He has just pitched a magnificent performance here. And he will face number 15, Alex Riley, the DH, and he swings at the first pitch over to the shortstop and unable to dig it out. At first base was Adam Bjorn. I also wonder, just thinking now, that sun, as it goes down, if that can affect the left side of the infield. In other words, the third baseman and the shortstop looking over to first. Sometimes you don't see the first baseman. Hard to measure your throw, but Orioles starting off well, and now that is swung on deep. Nope, it's gonna hold up there in center field. Easy play for Jordan Page, records the first out. Alex Riley remains on first, so one out, one on here, and the catcher, John Meyer, the number 9 hitter, the senior, will step in, trying to spark a rally here. But so far, Colin Spellman having his way, and he swings and misses, Meyer does. Strike one on a hard, high fastball there by Colin Spellman. Alex Riley leads off first, doesn't look like a threat to steal at this point. And from the stretch, that's swung on, slow roller to shortstop, could be a double play ball, and the relay is in time. And a perfect double play ball to James Larsen. As we look at the replay, scoops it cleanly, nice underhand toss to the second baseman. Number 4, Logan Elens, and the delivery to first base, records a double play, and I was a former second baseman. It's really fun to make those double plays. It's really devastating to a team trying to get something going on offense. And so Colin Spellman gets out of that inning with a double play, and he puts up his 4th consecutive 0 on the board for the Orioles, or for the Armstrong, against the Orioles. And we'll go now to the top of the 6th and a chance to add to their 6-1 lead. And let's see, no one's on the mound yet here for St. Louis Park, and I think they did have someone in their bullpen, and yes, we do have, that looks like it might be Ellingson coming out. And let's see, no, it's John Meyer, number 22, if I'm not mistaken. So we're gonna have a new pitcher, and it is number 22, John Meyer, who was behind the plate, and I don't see the number on who is catching now, so it's because his chest protector straps are blocking his number. So once I figure that out, I'll let you know who the catcher is now. So John Meyer will replace Chris Hokinson here to lead off or start off the 6th inning. And in the batter's box on deck, as we look at the Robbinsdale Armstrong upcoming schedule, is Adam Bjorn, the first baseman who completed the double play just in the last half inning. He'll step in. Bjorn, number 8 hitter, so it'll be Bjorn, Jordan Page, the center fielder, and then back to the top of the order, Bjorn Jensen. Seems like he was just up, and he probably was when you score 6 runs in the last 3 innings. Team is going to see a lot of at-bats. John Mayer, the right-hander from the stretch. Looks like he'll pitch from the stretch even with nobody on, and now we're about to begin the top of the 6th. Number 24, first baseman, steps in. And John Meyer's first pitch of the evening is a strike at the knees, right over the plate. Good start for the 3rd relief pitcher for St. Louis Park tonight. And his second pitch, low. Looked like he tried to throw a curve. Meyer has an interesting delivery, almost somewhat of a sidewinder there, I'm noticing. to pay a little more attention. Kind of caught my eye there, and we'll watch from the center field cam. Oh, he does get over that ball. And he gives up a fly ball to center field, but easily making the catch. Coming over there was Aaron Ellingson, the junior, records out number 1. So John Meyer off to a good start here. And he'll now face the number 9 hitter, Jordan Page, number 8, who also plays in the 8th position. That's the center field position. And Meyer offers a curveball and drops that in for a strike. So nice job by Meyer. Up early 0-1 to Page. And another curveball lets that one go, and you can see him shake his hand. It kind of, you can lose him as you try to put that torque on that ball to get it to curve. It can kind of slip out of your hands. And now he comes with the fastball right across the plate. His arm angle, though, from behind the plate, which is sort of where my vantage point is, it is awkward, it's different. And I think that is part of his effectiveness in that curveball, forcing Page to duck. Evens the count 2-2 on that ball pitch. So now 2-2 to Page. Next up is the top of the order, Bjorn Jensen. And that's swung on and fouled off to the right side, high and out of play. So 2-2 the count. John Meyer looking to record his 2nd consecutive out of the evening from the mound, and he delivers, ball just high. About eye level. It was over the plate. So now 3-2 the count to the number 9 hitter. Armstrong would love to have him reach for the beginning of the top of the order, and that ball is right back to the pitcher. And Meyer handles it easily, flips it over to first baseman for out number 2. The top of the 6th. So nice start for the relief pitcher, John Meyer. Was playing catcher, now he's pitching. And he'll face Bjorn Jensen, the left fielder. And Jensen offers a bunting attempt. And he pulled out of the way, so that's a ball. So 1-0 the count to Jensen. Jensen having a great night tonight, both in the field and at the plate as he looks at strike 2, or no, that is strike 1. Nice curveball right at the knees, kind of handcuffed Jensen. So John Meyer showing some great pitching skills out there. And that curveball gets away from him as well. Dropped in a little late and a little high. So 2-1 the count. And now he's showing some control problems after getting off to a good start there, recording 2 outs. Both a strikeout and an easy comebacker to the mound. And he swings and delivers, and that ball is fouled high and out of play to the right. So Jensen having a hard time catching up to Meyer's fastball, but the count now is full at 3-2. 2 outs, nobody on. Pitch on away, strike call right at the knees, catches Jensen looking, and that's a strikeout for Meyer, and he retires the side, 1-2-3. And so after 5.5 from Derek Keller Field, the score is 6-1 with the Orioles coming up to bat. They've got 6 outs left to get back into this match. And let's see who comes out to take the mound here for Armstrong. Colin Spellman has gone all the way. I don't know if they use pitch counts we don't know how many pitches he's thrown, but I'm sure it's quite a few. And we still don't see anybody at the mound, but I do think we're gonna have a relief pitcher, and we do. So now, assuming the mound for Robbinsdale Armstrong was the first baseman, Bo Yeoman. And occupying first base, well, that's still Adam Bewin. So Yeoman, was the right fielder. And let's see if we can see who's out there in right field. Looks like it is number 1. That's Nathan Pertula, and he was at third base, so now he's going to right field, and let's see who's going to be at third. And somebody just came running out of the dugout. And he actually, Pertula is gonna go back to third. And assuming the right field position for Armstrong is number 22, and I don't know if we have a number for, yeah, we do, that's Jack Major. So Major comes off the bench to take right field, which all started with Colin Spellman coming out of the game after pitching 5 great innings, only giving up 1 run, just a scant few hits. The right fielder then comes in to pitch, Bo Human. Jack Major comes off the bench to take his position in right field. So those are your substitutions as we come to the bottom of the 6th, and it couldn't be better timing because it's the top of the order for the Orioles, so this is their chance here to do some damage against a new pitcher, as they weren't getting much luck there against Colin Spellman, the starter. So here we go. Pretty much now or never. The Orioles got to get some runs here in the 6th. They don't have to catch them all the way, but they need to make a dent here soon. First pitch on the way, right down the middle, swung on, fouled off to the right side. Ellingson just a little bit behind that one. Got a good pitch to look at, but he is now down in the count, 0-1. Curveball just misses inside. So Yeoman now 1-1. In on relief for Colin Spellman, facing his first hitter of the game. The bottom of the 6th, and that ball, a check swing, but he did get a piece of it. Fouls it straight back, so now the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Ellingson in a hole. Orioles desperately needing to get some base runners here and get a rally going. So far, I've had no luck since inning number 1, and he swings and misses, and Yeoman records his first strikeout in his first encounter with an Orioles hitter. So now it's 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Orioles are down to 5 outs. And stepping in, the number 2 hitter, the lefty, Jack Wanmacher, the sophomore. And it is definitely getting chillier here as the sun continues to descend in the sky, as Yeoman throws a wild pitch for ball number 1 to Wanmacher. So the Orioles coming off an emotional win last night against Benilde, trying to keep that magic going here against a very tough Robbinsdale Armstrong team. Yeoman delivers low in the dirt. So now 2-0 to Jack Wanmacher. As I mentioned earlier, he's a sophomore. Could get a good pitch here at 2-0. And he tries to lay down the bunt. He's going to try to get a bunt base hit there as he was running out of the box, as he lowered the bat and he fouls it off for strike 1. So 2-1 the count. So he has an opportunity to try that again. Of course, being a left-hander, he has a better opportunity to get down that line just by pure distance. They're a good 2 yards ahead from a right-handed hitter trying to do that. Bunt for a base hit, that is, as he looks at ball 3 as he had the duck out of the way. So Yeoman has a lot of power on the mound there, but he is looking like he suffers from some control problems. So it'd be important for the Orioles to be patient at the plate here. Just try to scratch their way in with a run or 2 would be nice for them. And that pitch also misses. So Wanmacher exercising great intelligence at the plate there, draws the walk on Yeoman. So now with 1 out, stepping in to hit is the first baseman, the sophomore, number 9, Sam Hunt, the number 3 hitter. And he's a lefty, and he'll be facing the righty Yeoman with Wanmacher on second. We'll keep an eye on him. He is a threat to steal. And he looks like he's gonna go, and he is gonna go, and that ball's hit on, but it's gonna be in center field. Are they gonna mark it right? And yes, they do. Coming in nicely Jordan Page, he did back up at first, which is what you should do until you really gauge where that ball is. Then he runs up, makes the catch to record out number 2. Wanmacher has to retreat back to first base, and that will bring up the number 4 hitter, the senior, number 21, Luke Boyum, the winning pitcher in last night's Benilde game. Looking to get something going here with 2 outs. Boy, a home run right here would be just what the doctor ordered. And he swings, checks his swing, but gets a piece of the ball for strike 1. So now Boyum quickly down 0-1. Orioles trying to get some sort of traction going here with 2 outs. That ball swung on and fouled sharply to the left side. Curveball there thrown by Yeoman. So now 0-2. Is the count. Pitch on away, low, just barely low. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Good patience demonstrated there by the experienced senior Luke Boyum. Got an open stance there, the right-handed slugger does. Wanmacher playing a little game over there at first base, dancing around. Causes Yeoman to step off the rubber. Anything just to distract him a little bit. Clearly Yeoman is worried about him, but I don't think he should be with a 6-1 lead here. Let's just get the out if you're an Armstrong fan. And he throws the curveball, hit right to the third baseman, Pertula. He gets it over to first base, and digging it out is Beeman to record out number 3. Nice fielding play again. This time by Nate Pertula at third base, scoops it up. And a big, strong throw, and leaning for it there, Adam Bewin. And Armstrong looks very good, folks. 5-1 in the Metro West. They now go to the top of the 7th with a 5-run commanding lead on the Orioles. And coming out to the mound for the Orioles is their third relief pitcher, John Meyer, who did have a 1-2-3 innings. We look at some guys out there talking about the game. Having a half attentive audience out there. But it is Friday night. It's a good night to be relaxing, watching baseball, telling stories out in the outfield. Slight breeze here, but the temps are dropping. It was probably close to 60 degrees when we started, but I can already feel the chill, and it's supposed to drop to below freezing tonight. Snow, slush in the forecast, so it's gonna be a few days till we get back to this kind of weather. In fact, I was reading the University of Minnesota women's softball team had a 3-game series with some school, and they're gonna play a doubleheader today and 1 tomorrow early, so if they can avoid that bad weather. But now we are enjoying nice weather, and we are in the top of the 7th from Derek Keller Field, and now stepping in the top of the 7th is number 3, Tyler Schell, the DH, and the number 2 hitter to face John Meyer here in the top of the 7th. He swings at the first pitch, chopper slow to Boyum at third, and he throws a nice ball over there to get the out number 1. Boy, Boyum, he is fun to watch there at third base, kind of reminiscent of Miguel Sano. He moves very well for a big guy, Boyum does. Really good athlete over there at third base, folks. He can do it all. He can hit, he can pitch, he can field, he can throw. I'll bet he plays some sort of college next year. I would be shocked if he isn't going somewhere. Now the pitch on away by John Meyer. Slow curveball. Kind of handcuffs Bo Human, who started out in right field. He just pitched the last inning for Robbinsdale, and now he is down 0-1 with 1 out. Nobody on here, top of the 7th. And another curveball, and he swings at that, and they call it just foul. Barely foul. You could see Boyum's athleticism there, going to his right to field that out of play. So now it's 0-2 to Human. And that was a really hard fastball strikes out Human for 2 quick outs here in the top of the 7th. And now stepping in is number 1, Nate Pertula, the third baseman. Had a great night in the field and at the plate. I think he scored the first run for Robbinsdale Armstrong, if I recall correctly. And he'll step in with 2 outs, nobody on. John Meyer, and he swings at the first pitch, a high fly to short right field. Sledge comes in, he's under it, he makes the catch to record out number 3, and that will retire the side 1-2-3. So good inning for John Meyer. He gets a high five from his coach. And that will be the end of the top of the 7th, and now the Orioles are going to have their last at-bat here in the bottom of the 7th, and they've got a tall order, down 5 runs. And on the offensive side of the plate here, they have not done much. And coming out to pitch the 7th is the relief pitcher, Bo Human. In to close it out. Armstrong 5-1, looking to go 6-1 on the year. See some kids playing. You'd think it's fall, but it's actually spring, folks. People do have some warm stuff on. It's fun watching those kids running around on the bank there with the woods behind them. That's why they call it a baseball park. You can do lots of things when you're at the park, not just watch baseball. So stepping in, the senior, looking for some leadership. Erin Sledge, the number 5 hitter, the senior. He'll be followed by Drew Boyum, the sophomore. And he will be followed by Alex Riley. So it'll be Sledge, Boyum, and Riley to face Human here in the bottom of the 7th. Orioles just looking for base runners here. Erin Sledge just wants to get on any way he can here, folks. Let's see what happens. First pitch from Human. Low and away, ball 1. Just throw strikes if I'm the coach for Robbinsdale Armstrong. You got a 5-run lead. Let's get out of here. Throw some strikes. High, hard fastball just misses high and outside. So 0-2 balls, no strikes now to Sledge. I don't think he's going to be in any hurry here to swing. Let's just see if he's taken here on a 2-0 pitch this early in the count. Now he swings, he was not taking. Almost hits our camera crew up there. Got 2 camera people positioned above the Armstrong dugout, and that ball almost took one of them out. Good thing it didn't. We need those folks for sure. Bringing all these great camera images here from Derek Keller Field, and that ball swung on. It's high infield. Looks like the catcher has it under control, and he lets it go to Pertullo. Comes in from third base, and that's exactly, folks, how you're supposed to play that. It's always an easier play for the player running in, and wisely the catcher, when he heard the signal, gave way. What great communication. This Armstrong team is well put together here, folks. They're doing everything right in the field and on the plate. Even that was great communication. Sometimes you don't hear great communication, especially among the younger folks. Kind of shy, but he called them off. He paid attention, and Pertula made the easy out for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 7th. Now stepping in and taking strike 1 is Drew Boyum, the left fielder, the sophomore. Trying to get something going here in the late 7th inning. Swung on, and now strike 2, so quickly in the hole, Boyum. Bo Human, 0-2 count here. Curve ball almost drops in, just missed. I think it was just a little high. Good pitch by Human. 1-2 now the count to Boyum. On deck is Alex Riley, the DH junior, and that ball gets away from the catcher, but nobody on, so nothing hurt, and the count now even at 2-2. The 2-2 delivery. Strike call, the curveball drops right in there. Catches Drew Boyum looking, and now it's down to Alex Riley here with 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th, nobody on, down 5. If the scoreboard is accurate, the Orioles have only had 1 hit tonight. I'm not sure that's exactly accurate, but nevertheless, boy, Robbinsdale Armstrong has had a magnificent pitching performance, mostly by Colin Spellman, who came in and really dominated all 5 innings that he pitched. Human coming in here to clean it up in the 6th, and he's about ready to close it out here in the 7th with a strike on the DH, Alex Riley.
Why does the white balance change so much?
Swung on and missed. And now the Orioles are down to their last strike, 1 and 2 with 2 outs, bottom of the 7th, nobody on. Human looking to close it out here. It's Metro West rivalry here. Swung on and missed in the dirt, and they got to get him out at first, and they do, and that'll do it here, folks. That'll retire the side in the bottom of the 7th. Human comes in to close it out. And your final score here from Derek Keller Field is 6-1 for Armstrong. They're going to go to 6-1 on the year. St. Louis Park's going to fall to 5-3. And they will now be 3-3 in the conference. And Robbinsdale Armstrong is going to go to 5-1. If you watch the players shake hands, they may be seeing each other again down the road. So that'll do it as we watch them shake hands. It was a great ball game. And for Paul Broden, our producer, and all our camera crew, I'm Robert Christensen. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again.